Hola, hola. Hello. How are you doing out there? Haven't made a video in a while. I've been surfing the waves coming in to our holy earth the last few months. Some very intense surfing going on everywhere, and hope you have had a beneficial few months this summer that's winding down, and some very intense changes on many levels. Changes within, changes without, changes of beliefs. Experienced some cognitive dissonance recently regarding the deep and dark mysteries of the false light and the imposter club. Very important and eye-opening and heart-opening information from the Voyagers, the Freedom Teachings, the MCEO Freedom Teachings, Ashayana Diane, aka Iasha, aka Anna Hayes, a messenger from the founding guardians. And it really puts you to the test to see how flexible and how in tune you are with the truth of your heart, because the lies and the manipulation and the deceit that this planet is under are far deeper than what I believed for a long time. And if you haven't already come upon this information, I strongly suggest you dive in, because it's really important. And of course, like I've said in my other videos, I cannot tell anybody what their truth is. Nobody can. Only you for yourself can determine what's true for you. Or at least that's the way it should be. And for a very long time, I wore a flower of life, the so-called sacred geometry that, pretty much, this is very difficult not to, fall under, because on so many fronts we have been told for so long, that the flower of life is sacred geometry, and well, there it is in ancient, temples, right? 6,000 years old, and so we assume that it must be good. I wore a flower of life around my neck for over 15 years, and there were some beings that I had on the side of the good guys. And then you come upon this information. It actually came into my awareness twice over the last year, and I just glossed over it, and I rejected it, as false information. So it came in twice, and then recently, the Voyagers' Freedom Teachings explanations of a big chunk of the lost history of our planet, which is quite vast, and the description of how the false matrix and who's involved and who's behind it, and who they're masquerading as. And it turns out a ton of like myself, a ton of light workers and star seeds and indigos and awakened hearts, awakening hearts, semi-awakened hearts. For years, we've been believing that certain beings were the good guys and they're not. And nobody else can make that decision for you except yourself. A couple of months ago when this information came into my awareness for a third time, but this time it came in with a intense barrage of synchronicities at first, to a point, where, when synchronicities happen, one or two, but when they come in 10, 15, 20, that's like the universe, that's like your divine higher self going, hey, pay attention here. This is like the third time here. So, intense synchronicity. So I dive in and cognitive dissonance, like, wait a minute, whoa, hold on here. What do you mean Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael are still part of the fallen? It's like, whoa. Hold your horses there. Because, and that's cognitive dissonance. And I, had to dive really deep inside and feel it. If you're still using the flower of life, the old flower of life instead of the lotus of life, if you don't know the difference between the false tree of life with the 10 nodes and the true tree of life with 12 nodes, if you're still thinking that the fall is only 300 to 500,000 years old and limited to this planet, like I did for a while, then get ready to have your mind blown if you watch this, because the timelines, it's much, at least for me it was. I know a lot of people have, been in contact and knowledge and aware of this information for a longer time, but, and I find that a lot of people are just like brushing it off like I did twice, like, no, there's no way. No, those are good guys, and, not even consider it. Cognitive dissonance. It happened to me. And when I took that flower of life, which is in my, if you watch the first video, I had it on. When I took that off, when I started accepting and testing and integrating, and when I took that off, and then I went into my images and I deleted it, I substituted, I just got rid of that image, because see, words and images are codes. Everything is code. Everything. This is all a hologram, and beyond this hologram, there's another hologram in the dimensions, and it's all holographic, and it's all coded. It's all encoded. So words are codes, images are codes. So when I removed this code from around my neck, and I deleted it from my images, and I just got rid of it, I felt a definite change. And of course, when I, cut the energetic cords, and I'm going to be very honest with you. Something that didn't make sense for a while is that, when I was in meditation or in prayer, and I sometimes would be, in very high frequencies, because you can feel that. And then when I thought about, those two, the A team, I could feel that drop in frequency. I could feel like, boom, like kind of the flow stop. And it didn't make sense, and now it does. Now it does. And you need to find out what Metatronics are, and you need to find out who and what they did on the seals, and this has to do with the genetic modification that birthed Homo sapiens sapiens, about 300,000 years ago. This has to do with the Anunnaki genetic tempering. It has to do with all of that, and you need to know what's happening. You need to know what's going on, because a lot of people, and like I was up until recently, got the wrong dudes on their team, and that's giving away your power. When you willingly of your own free will, make a connection. That's it. I mean, that's the law of the universe. Of your own free will, you are, boom, hooking into this energy. That's it. You authorized it, so nothing to do. So it's very important to consider it with an open mind and heart, put it to the test, take it inside, consult your heart, feel it, and depending on what answer you get, take action. That's all I can say and recommend.